You ever love someone so deeply, so intensely, that you wake up one day and realize you've become a stranger to yourself? Not in the movie scene kind of way. Not anything romantic or dreamy. I mean the kind where you're still breathing but your soul is screaming, where every laugh feels like a borrowed sound and peace becomes a memory instead of something you still have. Yeah, that kind of love. The kind that doesn't just hurt, it hollows. It rearranges the furniture in your mind and breaks the parts of you that used to feel like home. You gave and gave, not because you were weak, but because you believed. Believed in change, believed in effort, believed that somewhere underneath all their moods and even with their confusing behavior and changes, I believed they were still lovable. And maybe there was, but not for you. Not the version of you who kept sacrificing your own reflection just to hold theirs together. You stopped asking for what you needed, didn't you? Started swallowing your truth in exchange for being easy to love. You started calling your pain patience. You told yourself it's just a tough time and those healing needs time. But tell me this, how long do you bleed before realizing it's not a paper cut? They didn't take your love like a treasure, they took it like a transaction. They loved the way you loved them, not you. Big difference. They didn't want partnership, they wanted priority without participation, presence without presence, comfort without commitment. They wanted to be the sun and you the orbiting satellite, always adjusting your gravity just to stay close. And you accepted it. Because when you love hard, when you care deep, walking away feels like setting fire to your own chest. But here's the thing, how long can you walk on eggshells with broken feet? How many times can you be gaslit before you start seeing fog as clarity? They made you question yourself. Spun whole narratives just to avoid accountability. Made you feel clingy for asking for attention. Made you feel selfish for wanting consistency. You weren't asking for fairy tales, just safety, reciprocity, a place where your love didn't have to beg to be believed. But toxic love doesn't give that. Toxic love convinces you that love should burn to be real, that emotional chaos is passion, that withholding affection is a test you have to pass. And when you start to speak up, now you're too emotional, too sensitive. But hear me, you're not too sensitive. You're just too real for someone who survives off pretending. You were the calm in their storm. They were only comfortable when things were falling apart. You were the mirror showing them their brokenness, and instead of healing, they shattered you just to feel powerful again. But that's not love, that's fear dressed up in affection. That's insecurity in expensive perfume. And you stayed, even when they took longer to reply, even when their apologies felt fake, even when your gut told you something was wrong, every time their actions didn't match their words. You stayed because you saw the good, the potential, but that's the trap, isn't it? Potential is an illusion. It's tomorrow's promise escaping today's effort. And when you live off of potential, pain becomes your rent. But not anymore. Because one day, the pain became louder than your fear of being alone. One day, your body stopped accepting the chaos. One day, you didn't reply. One day, you didn't chase. And that day, that was the day you came back to yourself. You see, leaving isn't what hurts the most. It's accepting that the person you loved was never equipped to love you in return. It's grieving a future that never even had a future. But freedom sometimes arrives dressed like heartbreak. And recovery doesn't always feel like relief. It's messy, lonely, confusing, but it's real. And real is the only place healing exists. So take your time, Let go of the lies you told yourself just to make it through the night. Slowly rebuild who you are, piece by piece. Love yourself in the ways they never could. Speak kindly to your reflection. It wasn't your fault. You showed up, you tried, you offered truth in a world of half efforts. They lost you, but you now. Now you're finding yourself. And no, they won't come back with a genuine apology. They'll come back with breadcrumbs, with I miss you, with I was going through things, with the same facade wrapped in a different excuse. But you've changed now. You've upgraded your soul from survival to sovereignty. You don't chase anymore, you choose. And this time, you're choosing peace over performance, clarity over confusion, real over familiar pain. And when they see you again, because eventually they always look back at the light they walked away from, they'll realize you were not the one who got away. They were the one who never showed up in the first place. So here's what I need you to know. You were never hard to love. You were just asking someone to meet you at the level you were giving. You were never too much for anyone to handle. You just outgrew anyone who wanted you small. And that's your win. No fireworks, no applause, just the kind of healing that makes you sleep peacefully for the first time in forever. So breathe, rebuild, rise. You didn't just survive what broke you, you made art out of the wreckage. And that's the kind of beauty they'll never be able to forget. Even if you never speak to them again.